It's Saturday, September 30th, 2023. I'm getting off for my first razor climbing adventure in the later part of this year. The low tide was set for minus 0.9 feet and it was scheduled for 8:04 p.m.
You need to hurry.
I figured I'd head out early to get back home before the sun sets, but it turns out I got there a tad too soon. It's only 2:18 p.m. You see, the razor climbing is allowed from 12 p.m. But with the low tide not till 8 p.m., that's a bit too early.
It's too early, baby.
The ideal time to hit the climbing is about 2 hours before low tide. So I plan to finish up early today, which means starting about 3 hours in advance would be perfect. So around 5 p.m. it is. But for now, it's 2:18 and I've got to kill almost 3 hours. So I decided to take a stroll on the beach. Well, what do you know? I found quite a few dead crabs and clams scattered around the beach. Not sure why they ended up here. Anyhow, I spent some quality time beachcombing and finally set out to dig clams at 5:11 p.m. As always, I passed by those peculiar ghost shrimp holes that resemble tiny pimples on the sand and kept on going further.
Oh no, sorry, those are the wrong ones.
Look closely at the V shape formed by the waves on the sand. How you spot the razor clam depends on the weather.
Depending on the weather.
Sometimes the V shape is clear, and sometimes you can locate the razor clam dimple when you tap next to the smaller holes. Rainy and windy days tend to make clams go deep into the sand, making them tricky to find. On the flip side, good weather reveals large, clear dimples that are easier to spot. Today, it was my first time going razor clamming alone because my wife went to Korea for eye surgery. Without a dedicated videographer, I couldn't fully capture the clam catching action. But here's how it goes. As the waves roll in, scrutinize the V-shaped mark. If it seems like a razor clam dimple, give it a tap on the side. When the dimple becomes clear, grab your clam gun and dig. Then, voila, you've got yourself a razor clam. Since it was early today, the clams are on the smaller side. If you are in for the big ones, try digging in the larger dimples.
We're all like one big...
I took the time to enjoy the razor clam digging show and, as planned, filled my limit of 15 clams per person in just an hour. Now, it's back home before it gets dark, and time to clean, cook, and savor these razor clams. Start by separating the clam meat from the shell. A spoon works wonders for this.
It worked well, sir.
Rinse it under running water to wash off any sand. Then split the clam into 2 halves and focus on cleaning out the guts from one side. For the other side, slice the 2 layers on the neck thoroughly and remove the sand from those wrinkles. Any remaining sand can be washed away under running water. Once everything is nice and clean, it's time to drop them in boiling water. You don't want to overdo it. About 5 minutes should do the trick. You see, if you boil them too long, they get tougher than rubber. And that's it. You've got your razor clams ready to enjoy. Cutting them into small pieces and dipping them in vinegared red pepper paste is the way to go. And when you pair them with cherry tomatoes fresh from the backyard, it's like a taste of heaven. But don't forget the water you boiled the razor clams in. It's absolutely savory and delicious. You can use it to boil spaghetti noodles or even cook some Korean ramen, just like I did.
Spaghetti breath.
And there you have it, a delicious razor clam dinner that I managed all by myself, without my wife's help. I would highly recommend giving razor clamming a try. It's a fun and tasty outdoor activity. Thanks for watching this video.